Let us see Fourier series of even function and odd function. Before that, we want to see the definition of even function and odd function. A function f is said to be an even function if f of minus x is equal to fx. This is the definition for even function. An odd function f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. A function f is said to be odd function if f of minus x is equal to fx. Now we want to see the graph of even function and odd function. First, let us see the graph of fx is equal to cos x. We know that cos is an even function, but graphically, can we say directly it is even function? First draw x-axis, then y-axis, y is equal to f of x, 0 point, on x-axis 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2. In the unit circle, the circumference, the point at A is theta is equal to 0, then pi by 2, then pi, then 3 pi by 2 and then 2 pi. Okay. On opposite side of y-axis, the point is minus pi by 2, minus pi, minus 3 pi by 2. Range of cos function is minus 1 to 1. I am taking minus 1 point on y-axis and 1 point on y-axis. Cos 0 is always 1. Cos pi by 2 is 0. Then cos pi, it is minus 1. Cos 3 pi by 2, it is 0. Join all those points. We have the graph like this. Similarly, on the left hand side, we know cos minus pi by 2 is 0, cos pi is minus 1 and cos minus 3 pi by 2 is 0. Cos minus pi is minus 1. Okay. Now, if we put mirror on y-axis, then we have same image on opposite side. The graph, whatever on the left hand side, the same graph we have the right hand side on y-axis. Therefore, from graph, we can say directly it is even function. Now, the graph of fx is equal to x square. Let us take its graph. Again, draw x-axis, y-axis, then y is equal to x square. Its graph is like this. Put mirror on y-axis. We have same image on opposite side of y-axis. Means from the graph, directly we can say that it is even function. Means both are the graph of even function. Now we want to see the graph of odd function. Fx is equal to x if we take. Then it is the graph of the straight line, x-axis and y-axis. Whatever the point on x-axis I am taking the same point of y-coordinate. Clear? Therefore, here we have a line like this. This line divides the first quadrant in two parts. Similarly, if x is negative, then f of x is negative. F of minus x equal to minus fx. Okay. Another graph, if we want to see, then the graph of fx is equal to x cube. Its shape is like this. If I draw again, then fx is equal to x cube. If we put mirror at origin, then whatever the graph on first quadrant, the same graph, the same image we see on third quadrant. Okay, that means it is said to be opposite quadrant. The graph in first quadrant and third quadrant have same image. Similarly, in fx is equal to x also, if we put mirror at origin, whatever the portion in first quadrant, the same image we have in third quadrant. First and third quadrant are known as opposite quadrant, and second and fourth quadrant is known as opposite quadrant. Okay, this is our first quadrant and it is the third quadrant. It satisfies the condition fx means f of minus x is minus x whole cube and it is nothing but minus x cube. Minus as it is and fx is x cube. Clear? By definition also we can say it is odd. Now, what about the Fourier series of odd function and even function? This we want to see. We know the formula of the Fourier series. In general, the Fourier series fx in interval minus L to L is given by fx is equal to a0 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x upon L plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x upon L. Okay. Now, if fx is even function, then what's changed in our formula? a0 is equal to, we know that 1 upon L minus L to L fx dx. But fx is even function. If fx is even function, then minus L to L fx dx can be written as integral 0 to L fx dx and remaining as it is. That means a0 is equal to 2 upon L integral 0 to L fx dx. What about Fourier coefficient an? Originally, an is 1 upon L minus L to L fx cos n pi x upon L dx. Now fx is even function. Cos is even function. Product of two even function is even. Remember the condition. The product of even function is always even. If we use the notation for even function is capital E. What about the product of two odd function? Odd. I am using the notation for odd function is O. Then O into O, it is even. How to remember this condition? If we take the notation for even function has plus sign, then we know that plus into plus is plus. And for odd function, if we take the notation minus sign, then minus into minus, it is always plus. That means odd into odd is always even. What about even into odd and odd into even? Its answer, if we don't know, then use the notation plus into minus. Plus into minus or minus into plus. It is always minus. That means odd into even or even into odd. It is always odd. Okay. Fx is even, cos is even, and product of two even function is even. Therefore, 2 times 0 to L, our range becomes half. Originally, our range is minus L to L. Now, it is even, given function is even, therefore, minus L to L becomes 0 to L. Therefore, Fourier coefficient an is 2 upon L integral 0 to L fx cos n pi x upon L dx. What about the Bn? Bn is 1 upon L minus L to L fx sin n pi x upon L dx. Fx is even, sin is odd. Product of even and odd, it is always odd. Therefore, the value of this integral is 0. Means if fx is even function, then the value of E0 is 2 upon L integral 0 to L fx dx, and the value of an is 2 upon L integral 0 to L fx cos n pi x upon L dx, and the value of Bn is 0. Substitute all these values in Fourier series formula. Then our formula becomes, therefore the new title is Fourier series of even function in minus L to L is given by fx is equal to E0 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x upon L. Here there is no term of Bn when fx is even. And the value of E0 is 2 upon L integral 0 to L fx dx, and an is equal to 2 upon L integral 0 to L fx cos n pi x upon L dx. Okay. In this formula, there are only cosine function term. Therefore, this formula is also known as half-range Fourier series. Why? Originally, our interval is minus L to L. Okay? Minus L to L. But by using the properties of even function, the range becomes 0 to L, means range becomes half. Therefore, half range Fourier cosine series. Okay? It is also known as half range Fourier cosine series, because here there are no sine term, only cosine term. Therefore, the formula of half range Fourier series is fx is equal to a0 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x upon L, where a0 is 2 upon L 0 to L fx dx and an is 2 upon L 0 to L fx cos n pi x upon L dx. What about the half range Fourier sine series? Means if fx is odd function, then what happens? Originally, we know the formula is fx is equal to a0 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x upon L plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x upon L. That we know. Okay. Also, we know that a0 is equal to 1 upon L minus L to L fx dx. But fx is odd function. Therefore, value of this integral is 0. What about an? An is 1 upon L minus L to L fx cos n pi x upon L dx. Fx is odd function, cos is even function, product of odd and even function is always odd, therefore its answer is 0. What about the Bn? Bn is equal to 1 upon L integral minus L to L fx sin n pi x upon L dx. Fx is odd function, sin is again odd function, product of two odd function is always even. Clear? Because we know that minus into minus is always plus, means odd into odd is even. That means the value of the integral is 2 times 0 to L, remaining as it is. That means here fx sin n pi x upon L dx. That means finally, if fx is odd function, then the Fourier series for odd function is fx is equal to only summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x upon L, where the value of the Bn is 2 upon L 0 to L integral fx sin n by x upon L dx. Okay. This series contains only sine term and our interval becomes half. It is 0 to L. Therefore, the series is also known as half range sine series. Okay. Now we know both the formula of half range cosine series and half range sine series. In half range cosine series, the term of A0 and An, and the half range sine series, only the term of Bn. Okay. We want to see the example of half range Fourier series of fx is equal to sin ax in interval 0 to pi. Half range sine series, its formula is fx is equal to summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin nx. Actually, if we write sin n pi x upon L, put L is pi, pi cancel, that is sin nx, where Bn is equal to 2 upon pi integral 0 to pi fx sin nx dx. Now, putting the value of fx, it is sin ax, that is here 2 upon pi integral 0 to pi sin ax sin nx dx. Now here, product of two sine function and its integral we want to find. In 12th standard, we studied that c plus c is 2cc. C minus c is minus 2ss. C symbol is using for cos function and s for sine function. Similarly, s plus s is 2sc and s minus s, it is 2cs. Now here, s into s means this second formula we want to use, that is minus 2ss is c minus c. It can be written as minus 1 upon pi 0 to pi, taking 2 inside the integral. Now here minus into minus, it is plus sin nx into sin ax dx. That is, we have minus 2ss, this minus 2 sine again into sine. It is c minus c, that is minus 1 upon pi integral 0 to pi. Now, first angle is nx and second angle is ax. Addition of these two angles, nx and ax. X is common, that is n plus a. So it is cos n plus a into x. C minus c is minus cos, second time subtraction of the angle. First time always addition and second time always subtraction. This is the rule. That is n minus a into x bracket complete dx. Now we want to solve this integral. Integration of cos function is sine, that is minus 1 upon pi integration of cos is sine n plus a into x upon derivative n plus a, because derivative of x is 1, minus sine n minus a into x upon derivative n minus a. The limit is 0 to pi. Now first we have substitute x is equal to pi in whole bracket, then minus times x is equal to 0 in whole bracket. We know that sine 0 is 0. Okay? That is equal to minus 1 upon pi, x is pi, that is sine n plus a into pi upon n plus a, minus sine n minus a into pi upon n minus a. Now sine 0 is 0. Therefore, no need to write the second term. Again, sine alpha plus beta. Its formula sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sine beta. If here there is minus, means sine of alpha minus beta, then replacing here plus by minus. Now n plus a into pi, that is n pi plus a pi. Alpha is n pi and beta is a pi, equal to minus 1 upon pi sine n pi into cos a pi plus cos a pi into sine n pi whole upon n plus a. Now minus times for second term. Here sine of n minus a into pi, open the bracket, that is sine in bracket n pi minus a pi, that is alpha is n pi and beta is a pi, minus times sine alpha minus beta formula, that is sine n pi cos a pi, means same as it is in previous term. Instead of plus there is minus sign, remaining as it is upon n minus a. Again, we know that the value of sine n pi, it is always 0, and cos n pi, it is minus 1 raised to n. Substitute this value here in previous term, that is equal to, now sine n pi, it is 0, 0 into anything it is 0. In second term cos a pi as it is, again here sine n pi, it is 0. Sorry, here there is some mistake. What it is? N pi a pi, then here cos n pi. Instead of a, there is n pi and here it is a pi. Clear? This is pi. Similarly, in second term, I just copy here from the first term, that is here it is n pi and here it is a pi. Clear? Now let us see. Sin n pi it is 0, 0 into anything 0. Cos n pi it is minus 1 raised to n into sin n pi upon n plus a. That is minus 1 upon pi in bracket cos n pi, that is minus 1 raised to n, sin a pi upon n plus a. Now in second term, there is minus sign, as it is sin n pi it is 0, cos n pi minus 1 raised to n, this sign is minus, minus and here minus, minus into minus it is plus, that is plus cos n pi means minus 1 raised to n into sin a pi upon n minus a, bracket complete, equal to, the common term is minus 1 raised to n into sin a pi, it is common. That is inside the bracket we have 1 upon n plus a plus 1 upon n minus a. Simplify the bracket, that is minus times minus 1 raised to n sin a pi upon pi. In Fourier series chapter, there is a calculation is little bit lengthy. If you have interest in mathematics, then you are enjoying the section of the Fourier series. Here LCM is n square minus a square, because n plus a into n minus a. Now n minus a coming here and n plus a is going there. That is n minus a plus n plus a. A cancel, plus minus, n plus n it is 2n. That is minus times 2n minus 1 raised to n sin a pi upon pi into n square minus a square. This is the value of Fourier coefficient Bn. Hence, the half-range Fourier series fx is summation n is equal to 1 to infinity Bn sin nx. Putting the value of Bn here, now summation n is 1 to infinity, therefore the independent of term n we can write outside, that is 2 into sin a pi upon pi, we can take outside the summation. Then now it's okay. Where it is gone? Summation n is 1 to infinity sin nx. Okay, in Bn the remaining term is n into minus 1 raised to n upon n square minus a square sin nx. sine, then here nx. This is the answer, but if we want to expand the summation, that is putting the value of n is 1 to infinity, then here there is minus sign, is minus 2 sine a pi upon pi. First substitute n is 1, that is n is 1 minus 1 raised to 1, it is minus 1 upon n square is 1, that is 1 square minus a square, sine, here it is sine nx, okay, sine nx, that is n is 1, x, plus second times n is 2, that is 2 upon 2 square minus a square sine 2x, plus dot dot dot. If we are taking minus outside, minus minus plus 2 upon pi sine a pi 1 upon 1 square minus a square sine x minus 2 upon 2 square minus a square sine 2x plus 3 upon and so on. Clear? This is the half range Fourier sine series.